What does life actually look like when you earn $7 an hour, $30 or $700? Here are the lifestyles of people who live at 3 different income levels: minimum wage, middle class, and the top 1%. Imagine working 40 hours a week and still not being able to afford groceries, rent, or a doctor's visit. Welcome to the life at $7.25 an hour. This is Maria. She's 20, she's single, and she lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Maria makes the minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, working at a fast food restaurant 40 hours a week. That adds up to about $15,080 a year, or just over $1,250 a month. But after taxes, she's left with about $13,738 a year, or $1,145 a month to live on. Living alone with that kind of income? Not happening. Maria splits a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 roommates. Even then, rent still eats up over 1/3 of her monthly income. And in her share of electric bill, internet, and a prepaid Boost mobile phone plan, it's clear a car is out of the question. She spends $72 a month on a bus pass and commutes nearly 50 minutes every day. That means waking up early, getting out of the door long before her shift starts, and losing hours each week just getting to work. Time she could spend sleeping, resting, or doing anything else. But one delay and she risks missing her shift. That's income she can't afford to lose. At work, Maria is on her feet for 8 hours with 1 unpaid break. She sometimes skips that too. Her lunch is usually a peanut butter sandwich packed in the night before. Now, she counts every dollar. Grocery shopping feels like a puzzle, so she sticks to $1 TV dinners from Walmart, beans, rice, and freezer meals just to get through the month. Maybe some apples or potatoes too, but that's if they're on sale. But no eating out, or extremely rarely, only on special occasions. Luckily, she qualifies for Food Share Wisconsin, like SNAP, because her income is under 200% of the federal poverty level. Now, we hear a lot about how healthcare is a massive personal cost in the US, but what does that actually mean for someone like Maria? No job benefits, she's eligible for Badger Care Plus or Wisconsin's Medicaid, but that doesn't mean everything's free. One trip to the ER without full coverage, that could be a $3,000 bill, so she avoids going entirely, even when she's sick. That's part of why people at her income level tend to have shorter life expectancy in the US. She has nothing left over for entertainment, fitness, hobbies, or even travel. There's no emergency fund, no savings. If rent goes up or she gets sick, one unexpected bill could wreck her life. She may need to take on a second job or move back in with family. And when you're working constantly just to survive, you don't have the time or energy to build something better. Before we move on, this video is sponsored by Pawns.app. It's a free app that lets you earn easy extra money by playing games, taking surveys, or sharing your internet even while you're working or sleeping. It won't replace a full-time income, but small boosts like this can help cover a bill, grab groceries, or help you make ends meet more easily at the end of the month. You can find the link in the description below and download Pawns.app from Google Play or the App Store to start making extra money today. Now, at $30 an hour, life starts to change. You can afford better groceries, your own space, and maybe even a weekend trip. Meet Chris, a 35-year-old project manager in Austin, Texas, earning $30 an hour. That comes to about $62K a year, which puts him near the medium income for a single earner in the US. That salary gives him almost $5,200 a month, and after taxes, he's left with almost $52K a year, or just over $4.3K a month. Enough to rent a 1-bedroom apartment downtown and live on his own. Unlike Maria, Chris drives himself to work in a used but reliable Toyota Corolla. Gas costs him around $150 a month, plus another $300 or so for utilities, a standard phone plan, and internet. Even after those costs, he still has a little over $1,000 left over for everything else, so food is better than rice and ramen, put it that way. With about $100 a week, he gets to shop at H-E-B or Trader Joe's for fresh fruits, quality meats, and the occasional bottle of wine. He can even grab dinner out with friends once or twice a week without any stress. But monthly health-related costs still add up. Now his job does cover health insurance. Copays and deductibles still bite, but he's not terrified of getting sick. He goes to the dentist, pays for glasses, maybe even sees a therapist. That's a world away from Maria's uninsured reality. He can also afford a gym membership and some supplements because staying healthy doesn't feel like a luxury. So yeah, Chris has some breathing room. He can save a little, go out with friends, or even take a weekend camping trip to hill country. He eats better, sleeps more peacefully, and can handle the occasional surprise expense. But running out of money before the month ends, that's still very easy. So bigger things like investing in a new skill, paying off debt faster, or switching careers still come with real trade-offs. True freedom, or having a choice, stability, and rest is still a few rungs up the ladder for Chris. Which brings us to a whole different universe, one where money doesn't just cover the bills, but redesigns your entire life. This is what life looks like when you earn $700 an hour. Meet Ben, a 40-year-old tech executive in San Francisco, California, making $700 an hour. That's about $1.4 million a year, putting him in the top 1% earners in the US. But that also puts him into the highest federal tax bracket, which is currently 37%. Add California's state income tax, local taxes, and FICA, and he's left with almost $714,000 a year. So how much is that per month? A little over $59,500 per month. Still more than what Chris makes in an entire year, and almost the same amount Maria earns in 4 years. Ben owns a $3.8 million home in the hills of San Francisco. I mean, look at his living room. And the yard, well, he's got the space to chill with friends or even play golf for fun. Mortgage, property taxes, and insurance cost him about $33,000 a month, leaving him with about $26,500 left every single month. He has a personal trainer, a private chef, and organic meals delivered every single day. He doesn't think about price tags, he thinks about convenience. While Maria's skipping lunch and Chris is budgeting for groceries, Ben can afford fine restaurant dining whenever he wants. He Ubers when he wants, leases a new car every few years, and flies business class without blinking. A health problem? Ben doesn't wait, he prevents. Chiropractor, cosmetic surgeon, premium dental care, all covered, or paid out of pocket. No wonder people in his income level tend to live longer. Ben doesn't just buy things, he buys time. Time to rest, learn new skills, or grow his wealth even more on the stock market. And when something goes wrong, a health scare, a major car repair, a lost contract, it's a speed bump, not a crisis. He has a financial cushion, backup plans, a support system, and options. We talk about income like it's just a number, but $7, $30, and $700 an hour create completely different lives in the US. At $7 an hour, life is about survival. At $30, you gain some stability. At $700, you're designing your life with options, freedom, and peace of mind. We say we're the land of opportunity, but if that's true, why does it cost so much just to survive? If this made you think today, hit like, subscribe, and tell us your thoughts in the comments below.